Everybody, Christopher Green, AMTV, Alternative Media Television. It's the 18th. We have a very, very alarming report out of Washington, D.C. via the Pentagon. And what's very important to understand is this is something that Donald Trump has been warning about. Our health officials have been warning about what they have called and dubbed a quote-unquote Pearl Harbor related to coronavirus. And now we have a report out of Washington, D.C. I've been talking about this for years. China has in the works and is developing a space weapons system to fry the United States electric grid and is eyeing, quote, a high-tech Pearl Harbor on the United States of America. Now, I've talked about this for years. EMP, the threat of an electromagnetic pulse, otherwise known as the EMS, the electromagnetic spectrum. This includes all kinds of weapons in space and ties directly into the same satellites they're launching, the 5G satellites Elon Musk is launching on behalf of the U.S. government. All of this new tech, again, the announcement of the Space Force, everything that Donald Trump is working on. Now, let me read this article, and I'll have a link in the description detailing more. And again, you can read all the declassified reports warning of this potentiality. Now, what is nerve-wracking about this is we see tensions escalating on the North-South Korean border. This can be launched by a rogue nation like North Korea, and certainly a world superpower like China. Again, this is from the Washington Examiner. It says, with the help of stolen U.S. technology, China has developed at least 3 types of high-tech weapons to attack the electric grid and key technologies in what they call a surprise attack and Pearl Harbor assault that could send America into a blackout, according to new analysis. Now, of course, this would bring down the entire electrical grid, everything from pumping gas when at work, to your charge cards, to your bank accounts. In fact, every bank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, all those ATMs would collapse and not work. Wall Street would not work. All brokerage accounts at Merrill Lynch, Charles Schwab, and the traditional financial banking system would not work. In the event that a network of satellites implemented by China or any other rogue nation, high-speed missiles, hypersonic weapons, and super electromagnetic pulse technology would melt down the U.S. electric network, frying it. Now, there's a great book titled 1 Second After that goes into grave detail what would happen. Now, according to our own officials, 90% of the human population would perish as a result of an EMP that lasted longer than a month. Why am I telling you about this story? I'm not telling you about this story so that you're fearful of what's coming. We have to understand that this would play into the hands. Remember, I've been talking about they're going to keep you on the defensive, right? Notice it was the virus, and now we're seeing amplifications of it in certain states like Arizona, Texas, and Florida re-emerging. There was just a report that an Arizona sheriff that refused to lock down his town is now infected with the virus, followed by the protests and the amplification of that, followed by some kind of other crisis. And the question you need to ask yourself is, what would that crisis be? Who does it benefit? And follow the money. Now, again, keeping Americans and all global populations in crisis mode not only keeps you on the defensive, but allows those controllers to control you easily, systematically, convince you to do things like wear a mask, make it mandatory to go into a grocery store. That is much easier to do when people are in a state of fear, okay, in a crisis world. And this is also very concerning because if you read the declassified reports of this and you see how China is inching to a new system of government and a new order and a new currency, a reserve status backed by the yuan and other digital equivalents, and I also think gold, you can see how this ties into this narrative. Also, we've seen recent days escalating tensions on the Chinese-Indian border as well, and casualties. What's more, despite China's promises to attack only after being attacked, PRI revealed new data to show that the communist nation is lying and eager to shoot first with, quote, high-altitude electromagnetic pulse, or HEMP, weapons launched from satellites, ships, and land. China's military doctrine, including numerous examples presented here of using a HEMP attack to win on the battlefield. So this could be a preemptive attack. It could be a counterattack. And I've talked about this again for years. All of this new technology is the new Manhattan Project. It is the equivalent of the Sputnik satellite being launched by the Russians that then started and kicked off the Cold War and the development of the atomic bomb. Now we are dealing in the space race. Okay, the whole reason for the ushering in and the announcement of a new branch of the U.S. military is this in the Space Force is because of what we're just talking about right now. Is because there is an aim to blanket this planet with a web of satellites, 5G, which are used as weapons, according to this report and many of the declassified reports. I encourage you to read in the links below. And whatever country possesses and leads that technology, which is being really led by China. The United States is on the back pedal on it, has been losing, honestly, in this department. According to our generals, this is what they say, will be the dominant superpower in the short, medium, and I believe long term. So this is a grave risk, and it would also play perfectly into the timing. Notice cell phones went out just a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of days ago, actually. Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile on the east and west coast, states of like our state in Arizona. This would tie perfectly in to the crisis and the amplification of everything you're seeing now, and then another crisis, again, with an agenda behind it. So anyway, share this video. Be prepared. This is why I've always encouraged you guys, even if it's not buying it from me, you should own gold and silver. You should be buying as much of it as you possibly can, because in a grid down scenario, real money, precious metals, gold and silver, which you can use to barter with. For example, click the link below, check out our new 5-gram gold barter bar. Okay, you can use this to buy groceries in a grid down scenario. By the way, we're almost sold out of that. So I would get that and get your order, place that today if that's what you want. Also, I'd consider 100-gram gold bars at amtvgold.com, all proprietary to AMTV. Consider our stacker bars, our 5-ounce proprietary stacker silver coins. Also consider our 100-ounce and kilogram silver stacker bars. Get everything you need today. Place those orders, okay, because you don't want to be reactive after a crisis hits. You want to be prepped before then. Anyways, guys, I love you so much. God bless. This is why it's important that you remain vigilant. Understand this is what they're messaging. Again, all links in the description below. Encourage you to read these reports and more. And also click that link below to support us and get your gold today and silver at amtvgold.com. Hey everybody, Christopher Green, amtvgold.com. It is absolutely imperative that you prepare with precious metals, both gold and silver today. Click the link below. Visit us at amtvgold.com. Get our silver stacker bars, our 100-ounce, our kilogram, our 5-ounce silver stacker coins. Get our 100-gram proprietary AMTV gold bar today. Get our barter gold, our 5-gram, our 1-ounce barter gold. Get everything that you need. Place your order right now before there's another supply shock, before we sell out again. Again, we're almost out of the 5-gram barter gold, so place your order today to reserve that, to get that, and get everything that you need right now. Whether or not it's an EMP, an electromagnetic attack, a natural disaster, or just simply an economic collapse as a result of trillions of dollars worth of stimulus and new bailouts on Wall Street. Gold and silver is precious for a reason, and it will protect you and your family, I believe, for and from what is ahead. Click the link below. We got my teams working around the clock. Again, that's amtvgold.com. Click the link below right now.